Hey yo, what is going on everybody? The Prey Slasher, and we are back with another music reaction. So ladies and gentlemen, woo! Royce the 5'9" dropped his album. Now I'm probably not going to cover the whole album, like I have everything else unless people continue to request it. But with that being said, I am going to check out Royce, a couple songs specifically that I'm interested in. The first one being featuring Eminem. This is Perspective. It does not say featuring Eminem, but we all know he's on it. The next one after this that I'm going to be recording, both of which are going to come out today, is going to be the one featuring King Crooked, which we'll get to that one soon. This is the first one we're checking out. I don't want to make this intro too long because there's going to be probably a lot to break down here. It says it's a skit, but it's like 6 minutes long. So I don't necessarily, I think it's like 6 minutes long. Oh no, it's only 2.5 minutes. Never mind. Thought it was much longer. No. So now a little bit of backstory. I did hear when they originally did this, Eminem went on for like 12 minutes. So they had to cut it back. So it'll be interesting to see what all they kept from it. I would love for him at some point to release the full Eminem section showing how much he did, because apparently, like I said, he went on for like 12 minutes. So a little bit of backstory on that. With that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump in this. We're going to slash it up. We're going to break it down. There will be pausing. If you don't like pausing, get the fuck out. Not your channel. So, without further ado, I do love y'all, though. Royce the 5'9", featuring Eminem, Perspective. Let's go, baby.
But you got people of all races, like, coming together and helping shape this from the ground up. So now you got little white kids growing up with black idols, and you got black kids growing up with white idols. And you got, it's just this whole mixing pot. Nothing has brought more races and more people from all different walks of life together than hip-hop.
You know, he's actually got a point here, man. And he was kind of the spearheaded movement in all this. I was watching a video not too long ago somebody made. Actually, I think I was watching a reaction to a video that somebody had made. I think Doc Rich was the reaction. And it was how... I don't remember the exact video or what it was fully about, but they go on to say that, like, before Eminem came out, hip-hop, even listener-wise, was predominantly black. Now, there were some white kids, like I was one of the white kids that did listen to hip-hop. But Eminem came along and brought a bunch of white people to it. And all of a sudden, it was like a boom. And yes, a lot of them were Eminem fans because, you know, admittedly, like you see a white guy doing something that, again, predominantly black people have done. And it's like, okay, so a white guy can do this. And so they start watching it more, but then they also become fans of the other hip hop artists. And it all of a sudden boomed once Eminem became, you know, as popular as he was. Hip hop boomed to the point where it became a legitimate forefront in the music industry. So he makes a valid point as well, though, aside from him being like the cause of it, like it's now to the point where hip hop is listened to pretty much by almost everyone. It is such a predominant musical option that a lot of people just listen to it. So I like that he's talking about it. Let's keep going. Apparently he's not going to rap, so it's just going to be a talking thing.
No music has done that. I don't think anything has done that as much as hip-hop has. So, in the same token, I can understand the frustration being that, you know, damn near every form of music, period, was created by black people. So, you got Chuck Berry, you got Rosetta Tharpe, and rock and roll is starting to get some attention, but then along comes Elvis. And people are acting like, oh my God, I've never seen this before. You've seen it before, but you might not have seen a white person do it to this level. So now, he sells the most records and people are calling him the king of rock and roll, right?
I see where this is going.
But on the flip side of the coin, if I'm a black kid growing up in, let's say, the 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever, right? And I'm looking on TV and nobody looks like me, and it's very stereotypical, and I'm looking at toys, and everything is white. The fucking action figures are all white. The fucking superheroes are all white. Like, maybe there's one or two black superheroes mixed in there with mostly white. I don't know how I grow up and not have a chip on my shoulder.
Right.
On the other flip side of that coin, we don't get to choose our parents. We don't get to choose what color we're born. It's more about, at that point it becomes, you're born, here you are, you're what color you are, you're what nationality you are, and then it's what you do with it, right?
Exactly.
To make a difference. To make a difference. To make a difference.
Okay, so first off, let me just start off by saying, like, I am a little bummed Eminem didn't actually get a verse on Royce's album, like an actual rapping verse. Granted, Eminem had Royce on, I think, 3 separate songs on Music to Be Murdered By. So I guess they kind of looked at that as like a reason to not necessarily have him on an actual verse. But Eminem makes a lot of valid points, man. Like, hip hop is a melting pot of all races. It's not just black and white. Like, so many races are involved in it. Like, there's actual, like, Chinese hip hop artists and Mexican hip hop artists, and prime example of that's Snow, the Product. Like, she raps in both English and Spanish a lot of times on the same song. So I mean, you just got all these different Pitbull, and I mean, there's it's like I said, so many artists amidst all the races that it is a big melting pot of just fans, and everyone enjoys it. With that being said, though, I definitely see the second half of what Eminem was talking about, where it's like, and I can agree with him. I can understand why growing up in the 60s, the 60s, 70s, 80s, why there would be a chip on. If I was a black kid, I could see why I would have a chip on my shoulder. But I love how he also flipped it, and it's why it's called perspective, because it's like, at the same time, we can't. He's right, man. We cannot control who we are. We cannot control what we're born as. We can't control that. All we can control is what we do with it, right? How you proceed in life, the choices that you make, the things that you chase. That's all we can do as people, regardless of what race you are. And I'm going to even take it a step further, and it's something I've always tried to push. Why would you not choose love? I mean, I guess depending on your background and depending on the things you've been through and what's kind of shaped you, I can understand why there would be some anger and some hate. But at the same time, like, why use your one opportunity here on Earth to just be so hate driven, regardless of what race you are? Why would you hate other people based on what their races are? Why would you hate other people based on what their beliefs are, what political party they're in? Like, that's what makes being a human such an interesting and great thing, is our personalities and the differences that we have amidst each other. Yeah, dude, I love that. I love the perspective side of it, where it is like, it is a lot about just what you do with who you are. Again, now this is going to be weird. I usually don't react to skits. I didn't realize this was going to be a full skit. I know it said skit, but I thought maybe it was going to be like a little rap thing. A little bummed, again, M didn't get an actual verse. But again, like I said before, having 3 tracks with Royce on it, on Music to Be Murdered By, I can understand why it wasn't on here. Another thing I was looking forward to, I thought Hopsin was going to be on a track as well, and I looked through the track list, and Hopsin's not on there. So I was also a little bummed to see that didn't happen. But hey, it is what it is. Man, maybe Hopsin's going to have Royce on his album. That would be dope, because Hopsin is working on an album. I'm just saying. But no, guys, so that is actually going to do it for this reaction. Again, I know, weird, we reacted to a skit. it is what it is. I do apologize. But Eminem was on it. We wanted to check it out, and here we are. So, with that being said, guys, we're going to cut it off here. If you guys like the video, be sure to slash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below, what did you think of Royce da 5'9" featuring Eminem, which really was just Eminem, perspective skit. Also, be sure to comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see me react to. Remember, I do have an actual song reaction coming up. I am going to be reacting to the Royce da 5'9" and King Crooked track. I'm actually going to go film that next. And then one more, and then I got to edit them, put them up, and all that other fun stuff. Check the description below for my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, and my BitChute, as well as the original link to this video. You'll also find links to the Bar and the Vibe Discords, as well as their YouTube channels. Please hop on over, go check that out. Be sure to sign up, sub to all those things. Let them know Dupre sent you. Let them know you're there to represent the fam. And as always, I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Cannot wait to see you Dupre people later. Peace.